Good morning, and how are you guys this morning or afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be located at? There are just so many things that are happening out there. So we actually had a few meltdowns from the mainstream media about what actually happened yesterday with the, let's see here, I'm just going to show this really. So it was completely and totally terrified because they can't help themselves anymore. And these are what I would call Matthew Perry doing the news. I'm going to share this with you guys very shortly. Then I'll get on to some other topics here. But this is just my rendition of the morning news for you. So just stay tuned to this one right here. Let me just kind of blow it up.
Donald Trump insults our men and
all right, so he's coming out very strongly. This is the only, well, not the only, but one of the few mainstream media news anchors that gets younger with age. You guys take a look and you decide for yourself. And these are just all my little criticisms coming to you guys about what's actually happening on television, tell a lie. Okay, so this is the breaking news that they actually did there. Yeah, I'm not sure when this came out, but I'll take a look at when this actually happened here. A meltdown.
Donald Trump insults our men and women in uniform every day. Every single day. And I will say again, we know him.
Yeah.
But who in the audience continues to cheer as this man trashes our men and women in uniform?
Just take a look at the neck right here, you guys. If you could see, depending on what device that you're on, you tell me if this man's wearing a mask and who it is.
You sit and watch cable news.
Yeah.
These young men and women in uniform go through basic training. They kill themselves. They sacrifice their lives. They get assigned to go somewhere across the globe for 3 years. For 3 years.
They can't take it. You can't take the heat in the kitchen, then get out, right? So let me just see what we have going on here. I'm going to bring you guys some other news stories here. I'm going to stop sharing and come back to you guys. I just want to say hello to Dragonfly and Colleen. Hey, Colleen is out there. Also want to do a shout out to a shaman, if you will, Marsha, that was on the show, and we'll be having her back on soon. And also to we did a detox program with Dr. Ken and also Sherry. And thank you so much for coming on to Turn the Page, both of you. Hope to see you guys back really soon. You never know what information that they will bring to us. It's all informative. It's all good stuff. And it's not the lies that, I'm seeing out here. It all depends on what social media channel that you watch, and also what influencer that you watch. Let me just shut this guy up here for a minute. There we go. All right. So there are a lot of things that are happening. Mitch McConnell says he's endorsing Trump for president. This is just a little bit of the news that I'm picking up. That's coming from the general out on X. And let's see what else we have out here. So, Nikki Haley has suspended her presidential campaign. We all knew that was coming. And I might even show that her 3-minute speech, I think it was. But why? Why should I? We all know this is just part of the movie. The big question is who is actually going to be running up against Trump. That's the next sleight of hand. Let's see here. Lenny Lou says Matthew Perry. Ha ha ha. Yes, and it's a joke from my perspective. Entertainment purposes only for you guys. And let's see what else we have out there. A lot of noise is going on X about. And I saw David Nino Rodriguez. This Ryan Garcia is a boxer, and I saw David's. Speech to him, telling him to get some help, go to AA. But if you guys don't know who this Ryan Garcia is basically bringing you information about Bohemian Grove. And so what we're actually going to be hearing a lot more about is this the satanic stuff, trafficking, and so on and so forth. So I might even be bringing you that news also to you. Just in 1 second here. I'm going to just keep this on my camera over here. I don't have to keep sharing it with you. And just this is the happy face that we want to do, right? Shall we play a game? How is POTUS away 5 steps ahead? Why is POTUS always 5 steps ahead? That's a question here that we have to ask ourselves here. And we got Laura B that's out there. Hello, Laura. How you doing? And let's see here. We have Helen W that is basically saying hello and love and light to beautiful brothers and sisters. And of course, the one and only that I can't pronounce her name, and I'm not going to give her a name this morning. And it says, good morning to everyone over here. Yeah, and then I see Amy, somebody saying hello to Amy is out there. I missed that one out there. Amy, good to see you always. And Colleen is saying, yep, Matthew Perry. It's quite obvious. There's a lot of them that are not gone. They're just all actors, whether or not they were, basically put in Hollywood for whatever reasons. Who knows? I'm tired of guessing at this game here, you guys. I don't know about you, but I am really kind of tired of guessing who's who, who's what. We just want to be able to see with our own eyes the truth that's coming out. I think we're getting closer and closer. The closer that veil is lifted, the better that we're able to see for ourselves what is actually going on in this crazy, inverted, sideways world that we live in. Who would have thought it? Who would have thunk that in 2024, 23, 22, 20, starting with 19, and I would think then in 2017, it still wasn't good for me. 2016 wasn't good. We all need to be able to take back our own self-empowerment by getting away from social media and get into social life. That's my new little motto, as I've been saying for the last few shows that I've actually been doing here. And let's see, what else do I have going on out on X there? Because, I seem to be more intrigued with that information that's going on out there. Just 1 second, I cue this up here. I seem to have lost my spot here. I do that a lot. How many of you guys out there always exit out of a browser when you don't mean to do that? And let's see here. We are starting to do some planting. I hope you guys are planting something. I'm going to start seeding. We were planting more of trees and stuff like that. We went from a place that had so many trees on our property to a new home, which they always clear out the trees before they build a house. And there is no trees here, front or back, decorative bushes and stuff like that. But I have to have the trees around me. How about you guys? It just makes me feel good when I see the birds come in and just nature in general. It just makes me feel whole. I hope that's how you guys feel also too. Dragonfly 17 has got another comment. I guess we're going to talk about the actors out there this morning. We can talk about whatever you guys want to. A former Canadian is playing Shifty Shift, the pencil neck, otherwise known as pencil neck. And I do want to, I think I did save off one other thing that I caught, who is an actor. Let's see here. And I think James Woods was kind of pointing it out. Let me just go to my bookmarks and see if I can jump down to that one there. So a lot of news is coming out about Prince Williams and who his baby daddy is, I guess. And they're saying it's Jacob Rothschild's son. I don't know if that's true or not, if you guys heard that. Like I said, I'm going to get to some really creepy, disgusting stories about child sexually abusing material that's out there, people out there that are doing this. I'm always afraid to go there. And I'm also always afraid of misleading anybody. So I'm going to tread very lightly on this subject, as I have always done. So we also have some other people that are falling. The Queen of Architect of the CIA runs Maiden Revolution is now stepping down so that she can distance herself from incoming carnage. So Russia has kicked Ukraine's ass. NATO could not defend itself nor start a war. One shout out I do want to give to you guys is Jason Q did a show. I think it was his last show that he did with Jack. And Jack was actually giving you information, excellent information on the CIA and the UN and how they are combined together. If you guys haven't seen that, I'm not sure how far in that you have to go. If you just fast forward to it. I think that's one of Jack's first stories that he's talking about out there. good information, made sense to me. Whether or not it makes sense to you, you guys use your own discernment anytime that you can. But there are former FBI agents out there exposing elite activities. So this is what's the next spotlight on these cockroaches that is coming up, and it's not going to be the feel good stuff, you guys. So we have to wake up, right? We got to wake up the masses. There's also somebody out there, I think it's Matt Wallace, who's talking about Nickelodeon. They're going to be revealing a lot about the Nickelodeon actors. They're all children on Nickelodeon, so those child actors that are now adults are going to start coming out. So we're here we go. Hang on, and just get your prayers rolling here. Speaking of prayers, I do want to do one with you guys before I go into this any further, which I normally should have started out with. And what I normally do is I take these non-religious prayers of peace and I share them with you. And I hope you don't mind. Maybe there's one that will touch at least one person's heart. And I always like to light a candle here. And let's see here. What is this scent on this one here? I can't read it. I don't have my glasses on, but I like doing these prayers with you guys. And if anything, it just feels good for myself to do these. They're non-religious. So I always do the inner peace one. I do the one with nature and diversity. I've done more recently, but let's pray for peace among the nations. I seem to do this one every day. And then also I'll pick one other one. So empower our leaders to choose diplomacy over conflict, cooperation over competition. May the pursuit of global harmony guide their decisions, and well-being of all people be their ultimate goal in the halls of diplomacy. May empathy and collaboration replace animosity and confrontation. Let the pursuit of peace among nations be the testament of our collective commitment to a brighter future for humanity. Amen to that one. And let's see what else we have here. Prayers for peaceful dialogue. So we're going to be getting into a time where everybody is going to believe what they want to believe. We can't change their minds. We can't control it. We can't control anything outside of ourselves. So with that, I want to say, grant us the wisdom to engage in conversation that bridges divides and fosters connections. In the realm of discourse, let understanding be our compass and empathy our guide. May we listen earnestly to each other's stories, speak thoughtfully, and build bridges of empathy that transcends differences. Through meaningful conversation, may we dismantle barriers and sow the seeds of harmony. Wish I would have used that one in one of my previous shows. All right, so moving right along with that, I hope that helped you guys out. This is just prayers for family, says Colleen. Yeah, let me go back to that one and just see if there is one in here for the education of vulnerable healthcare. There's even one for technology, you guys. And there's even one for prayers among generations, which I think will fall into the line of family. And it's so important because each generation, and if you are lucky enough to have grandparents living in your home and you're taking care of them, whatever it might be. So you could have 3 generations under one roof. And my God, with today and everything that's going on, whoop, that's all that I could say. So the prayer for the peace among generations is let the wisdom of the elders guide us and the enthusiasm of the youth inspire us. May we learn from the past, live in the present, and create harmonious futures together. In the exchange of wisdom and fresh perspective, may the generations collaborate to build a world of understanding and respect. We have to really reach in deep sometimes to understand, and it's probably the children don't understand the parents, and the parents don't understand their parents, and we don't have to understand anything. We just have to witness their world. Right. And so there you go. I hope that was able to help out somebody today. And that's all that I care about is I'm touching one soul. And let me see. Let me jump back. After we did those prayers, I'm going to jump into the crazy world, this sideways world that we live in, if you will. Let's see. What else do I want to share with you guys? So, yeah, there is a lot of stuff that's coming up. And also the toughest thing that I want to say here that I feel is true in every household is people cannot believe that our government are betraying the American people. Can I get a hands up on that one? How many of you would have heard in your household when you tried to have a conversation about something about the government and people would look at you like the deer in the headlight looks, what have you been smoking, drinking? What are you on? That look that you get where they just kind of don't say anything. So the thing is it is, they think that the government was put there to help us. In essence, the government is there to help themselves, and it's been that way for generation after generation, right? And so that's all I'm going to say on that. If you guys have any thoughts, please put them in the comment out there. I see Hula Hoop is out there. Hello, Hula Hoop. She's got a mother that's 97 years old. And and people are saying observe and not absorb, shields up. I like this one. I'm actually going to put this one on the screen here. They added to my little saying that I've been saying for a long time about observe but don't absorb, but I like the shields up. Let's see if I can get this one up on the screen here. Okay. If you notice on the screen, it says TTP Coast to Coastal. That's my other channel. And I hope that you join me on it. There's not a lot of people out there. I know that I don't get a lot of people out on YouTube, but I'm going to just test the waters here and see where we go with this here. Yeah, let's see here. Okay, I'm just reading some of your comments out there, and everybody's saying hello to everyone. And let's see here. Acel Elite, I can't say this name. Too many vowels, I guess, is saying holder of ancient knowledge and codes. That's probably one of the reasons why I plant so many trees. Let me put this up here. Acela Star, I believe, is saying this. Comment, how many of you guys feel so strong about trees? So when I lived in where I originally was born and raised, I lived in many different towns there, but I'll tell you this, every time I bought a house there, I made sure that I planted trees. I love the trees, you name it. And so where I'm down here in the South now, I have to learn about the new species of the trees down here. We are very fortunate. We planted about 4 or 5 trees, and they're going to be huge, right? You know, your typical oak and maple trees. But the one tree that I fell in love with is a magnolia tree, which is beautiful. They have the thick, heavy leaves. And then there's another shoot off of that species of magnolia that I heard is medicinal. There's so much to learn about the plants and the healing aspects of it. And if I could find an expert out there to come on here and talk about it, I will. But there's a lot of YouTube channels out there where they have people talking about that. Let's see here. Dragonfly, I'm reading your message to me right now. I've not gotten any emails from you. I know this has happened once before. I'll take a look again. I have had problems with my email. I don't know about you guys, but Microsoft is wackadoodle big time. And I didn't get any on my phone, so I have 2 apps for emails. And one is the Google, and one is the Microsoft, and one is the Outlook. You name it, I've got it. So that I don't miss anything. So Dragonfly, I'll put my email address up here one more time. I know that this happened with you once before. If anybody else wants to send me a comment, a concern, anything nice, I don't want to see the negativity. I really don't want to deal with that. Let's see here. Colleen has a statement that I want to kind of share. Then I'll get back into the news here with you guys here. She says, exactly, Janine. I got the silent stare from people on Christmas when I said most of the history is a lie, including what you think you know about 9/11. But there's so much information out there about 9/11 that how could you miss it? Seriously, unless you are on the television where they are just giving you their version of their vision, right? And so what I would have to say to people is just humor me, right? You go up to your relative, an aunt, an uncle, a cousin, a brother, a sister, a mother, a father. So turn off the TV for 1 week 1 week, and then introduce them to maybe Rumble or something else like that, because Rumble's on a Fire Stick, it's on a Roku, it's all over. It's easy, you can access these other things. So that's the problem, is they're not hearing the opinions. But the thing is that when you are so used to a news anchor out there giving you the information, you think it's worthy, right? Well, oh boy, wait till they start hearing about the Catholic churches. Mm-hmm. Children churches, it's all coming, you guys. I see it. I see the patterns out there. All right, so let me get back to some of my news here, and I'll put up some of your comments as we go throughout this morning here. I see Willow One is saying the actor playing Sleepy Joe is Arthur Roberts. I did not know that. I thought it was. That's where I was going with this. I thought it was Dana Carvey. Yeah, Dana Carvey, because let me just see here if I go back far enough. Yeah, there's a lot of stories that I bookmarked about these children. So Madeleine McCann was a huge story in 2003, and that is rearing its head again. When I just see these pictures out there, you guys, I have so much empathy for these kids. It breaks my heart. And I'm just going to talk about this particular one right now. So Spain, per year, Spain misses 20,000 children. Now, I got to hold back my tears on this, and this is how tough it is for me to talk about this. Australia, 25,000. Canada, 50,000. Can you imagine? Why don't we hear about these from these parents? Germany, 100,000 in Germany. France, 39,000. Mexico, 45,000. United Kingdom, 230,000. India, 350,000. China, 200,000. In the United States, 800,000. The larger population, the more that they go missing. And you say, well, where did you get this information? And this is actually coming from a concerned citizen. He's out on X. He's doing a whole bunch of stories out of the UK. And he is basically saying that if the number below is even 1% of the total estimate, that basically Madeleine, there's talking to the story about Madeleine McCann is a complete psyop on the general public to distract you. And that's what I believe. They take always one story. Do you guys remember the milk cartons? And they used to have the pictures of the missing children on the milk cartons. And then that went away. Were they ever really real? Just saying. Let's see what we have out here. Double the numbers of parents. Where are they? MK Ultra, says Alistar out there. And the Mormon church needs to be exposed. All of those churches are coming, you guys. It's just crazy, and a lot of it, I do want to share this with you, is this particular character on my screen, which will be on your screen in one momento. And it's not that he's done it now, it's happened in the past. And that's my true belief on all these stories that are happening out there. And yeah, and he wasn't alone. He was just a big old puppet out there. And let's see here what else I have for you guys. Let me see what other stories I can share with you. I was trying to head over to my bookmarks. I can never get past a particular story. So let's see here. Close this one out. And I was actually trying to find James Wood's story there. He was actually pointing a lot of things out. I bookmarked so much stuff in the last 2 days that it would probably have to be like 5 different shows out here for you guys. And actually, I am. If you guys enjoyed, if you want to put your comments in there, I did a show with a quantum shaman. Her name is Marsha. She'll be returning. I think that her first show was fantastic. She's going to be bringing you a lot more information out there. And hey, I just got Raisin Cane is following me out there. I get excited when these little things happen. So if you guys don't know, I am on Twitter and X, whatever you call it. It pops up on my browsers as still as Twitter. That's why I say that. All right, so I can't find the story with James Woods where it looked like he was exposing one of the comedians out there, but Maricopa County Board Supervisor just ran out of public meetings, right? That story where they ran out of the public meeting with Mickey? Well, guess what? Mickey's coming on here Friday. noon MST, and I think 2 o'clock CST, my time. So if you guys want to hear, it's going to be an update. So if you don't know, she's been running these circuit boards with so many people. I think she got over 300,000 views on that particular story. She's got the goods, and she's presenting the goods to them, and she's doing it in the right way with, with what I would call the Q crew. She had a bunch of people that were there, so she'll be here on Friday. So mark it, and I also know that Friday is also a special day for Independence of Women. Even though when I did the research on that particular group of independent or women, it's Women's Day. It's not a good thing, but I like to at least put it out there. And let's see what else we have out there. So I just wanted to bring that stuff to you. Talking about this, the hunters will be hunted, and that's what's happening more so right now. We're picking up the pace, as you may or may not know, but it is all happening out there. All right, so let's see what other stories. I'm giving you guys a lot of different things here to kind of think about, and also, that Bohemian Club, the information that's out there is just crazy. Why is that in our faces? Because we need to know about it. It's something that we can't shy away. And that, I think, is going to be the main trigger that people or who are still don't get it. They still give you the deer in the headlight looks, are going to get it. Whether or not they connect the dots or how they connect the dots, it doesn't matter. How they process the information. Let's see what else I have out here. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, big stories about Madeleine Kane out there. I don't want to quite go into that one. I'm not prepared to do that, but we'll do that on another day. So here's London. I'm taking you guys around to different countries here with different information. This one was posted by James Woods. And is there anybody in the UK that's actually listening to me right now that can verify this? Because when I saw this, I thought, okay, let's just keep an open mind. But you guys tell me what you think about this particular video that I'm about to show you in 2 seconds here. All right, so here we go. So this is the Oxford Street District in the UK. I can tell that by the sign that's up here. And let's see what else they're actually saying here. I always like to read the side notes. All that James Woods is saying is that this is London, and when did this actually happen? So let's see if I can get any more information for you guys. But it's not that I think it's good or it's bad. I want to know why they are doing that. What is actually going on here? Let's see here. Let's see if I can get something over here, any more perspective. So and this is not coming from me, you guys. It's just what they're saying out here. The plan is to turn England to a Muslim country is going better than expected. And while we were distracted by other things, they're here and they're procreating at a rapid pace. I don't know if that is true because I didn't do enough research on it, but you guys tell me what your thoughts are on that here. And I'm going to stop sharing that and come back to you here. Good morning, Q Faye. How are you doing? I see you just joined us. Let's see here. Healing Breeze, Summer Woman says, let me just put this up on my screen for all of you guys to see this. And I'll get back to some of your comments out there. Love having all of you guys out here with me today. Healing Breeze is saying that announced last night that the Biden admin flew in 350,000 illegals just yesterday in one day. Yes. And he's I know I've got that story here somewhere. I did also read that in crazy times. So what does that mean to you guys? What does that actually mean to anybody when they see this kind of thing happening? Is it our country? Is it their country? Well, all I could say is take a listen to this particular news agent, and then interviewing MTG. And you won't find this on mainstream media news.
Anyway, he'd ask.
Let me just start this over, cue it up for you, and listen to the at the end in what she says to him, because this is exactly what we need to be telling these people, whether they like it or not. Listening to the line of questioning.
Trump is closer to picking his VP, and should you be on that list?
Oh, that's the question everyone asks. And no, I don't think Nikki Haley should be on the list. But of course, President Trump will choose who he wants for VP.
Would you like to be on that list?
He's got a long list. I support President Trump in any way he'd ask me. But I can assure you it won't be Nikki Haley.
And can you tell me why so many people that support Donald Trump love conspiracy theories, including yourself? He seems to attract lots of conspiracy theorists.
Well, let me tell you, you're a conspiracy theorist, and the left and the media spreads more conspiracy theories. We like the truth. We like supporting our Constitution, our freedoms, and America first. So
what about Jewish space lasers? Tell us about Jewish space lasers.
No, why don't you go talk about Jewish space lasers? And really, why don't you fuck off? How about that?
Thanks. Thank you very much. Thank you.
The news agents. This is a Global Player original podcast.
Okay. There we go. Yeah. So go F off. This is what I'm telling you. These people can get in our faces. They can ask us any question, and we don't have to be polite about it anymore, because I'm telling you, we're at a space right now that, it says, why don't you talk about Jewish space lasers, and why don't you F off? That was it. Wow. Listen to MTG tell the former BBC news anchor, Emily Matthias, exactly where to go. Legacy media is dead on arrival. There you guys go. Shelly, hey, Shelly, how are you doing? She says, oh, I love her. MTG, I don't know who I won't even speculate on the VP for Trump right now. If you guys have an idea, you can put it in your comments. It's always good for other people to see what other people are thinking, and that's why we do what we do. Lenny Lou, I'm going to jump back up to your statement here. Mickey is going to go down in history. Love that woman. She's so smart and so brave. Now, it's interesting, Lenny Lou, that you made that statement about Mickey, because I've always thought that. Now, I've met Mickey a few times and in person, and I've had her on my show probably the last 4 years now. And she brings a lot of good information to the table. And we all had to process. I know when I was interviewing her, I had to process. I had to listen intensely. I had to listen carefully to what she was saying. And then she'd say, you guys got to get up and you got to go and do this. Well, there were still too many questions in my mind for me to stand up and do something. 4 years later, fast forward to, what do we have? It'll be on March 8th, 2024. She'll be coming back to the show, and she'll be telling you guys, this is more information she's going to be sharing with you. But she gave them 3 days, right? When they served her, she gave her 3 days. So I'm going to be doing a follow-up with that. With her early, it'll be noon time for her, 2:00 Central Time. So you guys, I'll put that out there. I think, Rumble only allows me like 24 hours to post something, but I could do it earlier. And I think I have it out on YouTube, but I'm going to tell you guys this right now. It's not going to go on YouTube. I might cut it up and stuff like that. Edit it is what I'm trying to say, and then put it out on YouTube. But why bother to do that? Just jump over to Rumble. If you're not going to be present at 2:00 Central Time on March 8th, just, go and watch it over on Rumble. It's going to be really good. So D Hoopley 77 is saying Flynn will be vice president. That's the other thing too. Talk about, when you get out on X and you start to see the things that are out there, right? So the X was Twitter. When it was Twitter, it was run by the liberals. And if you were conservative, you got the shit kicked out of you, as far as the way I looked at it. I have been on there since 21, I think, is when I set up my account, but I haven't started using it until the last year and a half, right? And so now that I'm seeing that, who owns X now, it's kind of switched, but there's also somebody else that is a director that is allowing a lot more things to open up out there. Is the last time I had a few people on my show, they said they were banned for the day. They banned them for a day. They don't ban them forever. I hear so many people with conservative voices that is happening to right now. But yeah, I just think it's interesting, the information that you have to be very careful about on X. And they know how to rope you in. They know how to get you hooked, and they know how to play you. That's all that I'm going to say as far as that goes. If I get into something and it doesn't feel right within the first couple minutes, I'm like off, okay, phone down, walk away, find myself again, because we can get caught in their trap, and that's what they're trying to do. They're going to continue. These minions are going to continue to do that to us. The longer that we stay out there and continue to do, research and listening to everything and anything. And I know a lot of you already say this out there, that you're awake, you're aware, and you've got, your eyes and ears, and you know what's going on. Shelly's got a question out there. You guys put your thoughts out there, because everybody wants to hear what you think. Will there even be an election? Whoa. We're already into March, right? And a lot of people were saying things were going to happen this month. In like a lion, out like a lamb. We'll have to see. Amy Boyd has a statement out there. Hello, Amy. How are you? The fraud of 2020 election will come out. Trump won in 2020. So what does that mean? Does that mean he's going to step back into the seat? Let's see here. Yeah, what Amy is saying, why focus on the 24 election when he won in 2020? See, it all depends on how your mindset and how you look at everything, right? And so when people say, oh, this is just a movie, but there are people getting killed in this movie, these aren't just all actors. We have to take a look at, how we process the information. And so Amy has got her own perspective, and I think it's great the way she looks at it, because she's got one other statement here. It says, fix the 2020. We're going to a republic. Why do we need another fake election? So we did have an election yesterday. There were 15 states, and Trump won all those elections. People were voting. So, I was in a dilemma. I'm in a state where I could go and vote for Super Tuesday. Do I vote? Does it matter? Is it going to get counted? What's going on with these machines? Are we still using the old technology? I didn't hear anything. You guys tell me. Let's see what else we have out here. So Colleen has a great statement. The elections are for the bankrupt corporations. There you guys go. And what else we have over on Rumble? Rumble Land is looking pretty hot out here today. What do we have here? Healing Breeze Summer Woman is also Marsha. Oh, I did not know that. Okay. So I'm going to put this up here. That's her handle out there. It's not a handle. I hate that term, because we know about handlers. So, okay, this is Marsha speaking. She's a quantum shaman. Good to hear from you. And let's see here. What else do we have out here? Okay, so she's letting me know that Healing Breeze Summer Woman is her Indian name. That's great. That's great to know that. So they gave you Healing Breeze Summer Woman. You got to explain it next time you come back on the show, Marsha. We want to hear more about that. All right, let's see what else we have out there. So somebody's saying they think Flynn is going to be president. That's where I was going with this out on X. A lot of people, they can dig up stuff on Flynn and say he's no good, or they say that he's really good. So when this stuff happens, I just kind of observe, and I just observe at this point. And that's all that I'm doing. And I'm not sitting on a fence. I'm just kind of waiting for more information. Do I go digging into the research of him? No, that's not important to me. I have to pick my battles, as you do also out there. If they roll out a Trump assassination, it will not be the real Trump. So there are a lot of more talk about that too. That's a great perspective. A lot of people are saying that he's going to go bye-bye, right? And or whatever it might be. All I want to say, and I've been doing this myself. So I think in I can't remember the year. when we first heard about John F. Kennedy Jr. coming back. What year was that, you guys? Was that like 1920 or 2020? Not 2020 or 2019. I can't recall. Anyways, I remember I was out with some friends. We were boating. We were out on the lake and we were boating and we jumped in the water and we're swimming around and I was testing my some friends of ours that I was swimming with. And I just said, what would you guys think if you found out that John F. Kennedy Jr. was alive? And they all kind of looked at me and said, oh, you've been drinking in the sun a little bit too long, Janine. So I never brought it up again, right? But in the back of my mind, I've been observing, and there's a couple of videos out there where they're showing a lot of John F. Kennedy Jr.'s younger days in New York, and I watch his walk. And I've always said this on my show: when Trump walks out, watch his walk. John F. Kennedy Jr. has a certain walk, like we all are aware of. And then I saw him. Somebody put another video out there, and I said that's the same walk. He's playing Trump at times. I don't think he's doing it all the time, but that's my tinfoil hat moment. And that is what I believe. Colleen is saying, yeah, he is alive. I'm gonna show this one here, saying he is alive. Let's see here. Oh, something else I want to ask you guys about. What are you sensing about the internet and your TV, your radio, all of these things? I'm starting to see that people are starting to say that we're switching over. I don't know. I can't prove that, but I'm just putting it out there, right? Have you guys noticing a lot more things about technology? If you do, put it in the comments. We want to hear your thoughts and your concerns. What else do we have out here? Colleen's got another statement. She doesn't think it's the original Flynn. I don't either. It doesn't look anything like him. All actors, you guys. These are all actors. They came on board and to tell a story, and they moved on to other chapters. That's the way I look at it. Q Faye is saying, I do believe John F. Kennedy Jr. is alive. And there are so many different Telegram channels out there about that. I don't follow Telegram like I used to because you got to be very careful with that. So QFA is saying they think he's alive. What do you guys think? He lost in Vermont. Lenny Lou says, sorry, Flynn is a SUS in my opinion. He's a double deep plant for the White House. Don't know yet. Yeah, it's exactly how I feel. I don't know about any of this yet. Time will tell, you guys. That's all that I can say. Time will tell. So I'm just going to jump over and take a look at any of my other bookmarks that I have out there. Well, we're talking about actors. I started out the show with Matthew Perry playing this other guy, but I think Matthew Perry is playing a few other roles. If you guys know what those are, put them out there just to see that I'm not alone in my tinfoil hat moments. So this is breaking right now. This is 2 hours ago. I want to bring this news to you. This is world news. Shoot, I need to stop it and start it over again. This looks like something I already seen, but they're saying it was 2 hours ago. So you guys let me know as soon as I cue this up. This is just crazy times that we live in, and I just wish everybody is safe. Seriously, safe. All right, so let me just kind of bring this down a little bit here and just see what the heck is going on here. It's Polish farmers are now protesting in front of the Polish parliament against the European Union Green Deal. It's up to 100,000 participating. Everybody's taking a stance. What do you guys think? I'd like to really get your comments on this. Do you think the Americans are going to stand up at some point? Because we have not. We have not done that. And there's more stories out there about Bohemian Club. And then obviously I've done this on Vatican, London, New York, and Washington. They all seem to have the same type of monuments that have various names for them out there. And let me just see here. Yeah, this guy, he's behind all of it. So we got London, we've got Poland, and we have the UK. It's just all these countries. And let me show you the farmers. They're not doing this for fun. So this is the corporate fascist globalist gains. I can say that 10 times really fast. I want you guys to take a look at this particular one here. I just got to blow it up a little bit more. This is interesting. Is this blown up?
Et demain, on fera quoi? On commencera l'année comme ça. Et demain, ce sera nous, les maîtres du jeu. Un point, c'est tout. S'aimer encore, danser encore, sourire encore, s'embrasser plus fort.
All right. So they're going to start this thing over again here. So this is the farmers revolting across Europe, you guys. What do you guys think? I'm just gonna kind of wrap this up here with you guys a little bit. I just want to get your perspective on this. Do you think that we're going to stand up at this point? I see that D. Hoopla 1977 out on Rumble says Americans need to stand up and take over the mainstream media. How do we do that? I mean, legally, how do we do that? I thought that, because we're on all these other back channels, and I don't want them to be back channels anymore. I want the truth out there. But, on mainstream media, you're not going to find these stories about Europe, Poland, UK, all these different things that are going on that I've got a bookmark, and I think that should be put out there. Let's see here. So Steve Garvey was running for the U.S. Senate. I think he was, my understanding was, and I don't know if he got it, Steve Garvey is an ex-baseball player, and he's running for this Senate seat. And they were saying that he was going to replace Pencil Neck. I'm hoping that he pulled it out. I'm sure that anybody sees that name, any old politician's name will say, I'm not voting for that guy. I'm going to vote for his opponent. All right. So there we have it. That is pretty much bringing me current with everything. I just want to see what you guys are saying out here. Jake Pozo has a lot of Poland. Check his podcast on America's Real Voice at 2:00. Mainstream media lies constantly. That's coming from Healing Breeze. And let's see what we have. Johnny Boyd says, stand up for your God-given inalienable rights. We've got this. We've got the guns, and we've got them in numbers. We do have it. And in other words, that's just a backup if we need it, right? We don't really want to take to the streets. I'm not saying that anybody is going to do that. I'm not advising anyone to do that. But what I am saying is that at some point in time, now, this is probably what is going to be the clincher to get people that are sleeping. Will they connect the dots as we have, of all the corporations and the elites and all the nefarious satanic things? But when the stories start coming out about the children, that's when we're going to have to reach in deep and rely upon one person out, not a person, but a spirit outside of us, whether that's your creator, your higher self, whatever you want to call it, whatever name you want to give it, but find some sort of a ritual, if you will, for yourself. Where's your altar in your home that you go to for your peace, inner peace, and pray for yourself, your family, in the world? And let's see here. Sherry Bodell says that, let me just bring this up here because I did ask about it. Let's give it a second. Sherry Bruce, I voted for Steve Garvey. We need to get Shifty Schiff out. And Shifty Schiff goes back another generation. His father was just as bad as he was. They're all inbreeded. They're all generation after generation. Who would have thunk it, right? But we know now. And now that we know it, we can't allow it for the future. And you guys know this, but with me, let's see here. D. Hoopla 1977 has got another statement, which I will read. It says, "You can't advise people to do this. We understand, but who's to say stalwart patriots might find inspiration?" I think she might have misspelled a word there. I'm not sure. Yeah, and Q-Face says, Ryan Garcia is exposing Bohemian Grove. Now, which is interesting about that, I saw David Nino Rodriguez asking him to go check into AA, go get help, put down the cocaine and whatever, and which I thought was really interesting. It's out there if you want to follow it. I didn't. I think it might even be out on Nino's Corner or whatever. But I was wondering why he was advising him not to put that for him to get help, right? But Ryan Garcia is a boxer, and he has said he has witnessed Bohemian Grove. There's a lot of old videos out there, so be careful of what you're watching. If people are thinking that this is happening now, just use your intuition, you guys, because you all have the answers inside each one of you, right? So let's, I'm just saying that whenever I see contradiction within an influencer and within somebody who's trying to tell the truth or what they think their version of the truth is, I'm at the observation level. Really, I am. And so I'm not saying if anyone is right or wrong. I don't go there. And Healing Breeze, I won't put that up there, but I understand if you guys are out on Rumble. Healing Breeze has made a comment out there. I'm not saying anything about anybody because it only gets you into trouble. We don't know who the actual assets are. We don't know who the actual agents are. Let me just leave it at that, okay? So let's see here. Amy Boy says, we're going back to Republic per our original Constitution, and we don't need the bond stuff and state national stuff. Beware. But I get that. I agree with that, Amy. But at the same time, we need to know, I think on another level, the education comes with it, because without Mickey or Ann LaFleur or the Bonds for the Win, we wouldn't know any of this. Would you? I'm not, I'm just saying that there's different ways that different perspectives of looking at everything. You can't just be so straightforward, because nothing is straightforward. And that's why I invited Mickey on Friday to kind of give us an update and what may have happened. Because Nino kind of got her in a corner. And when she was on the show, she got over 200,000 views on it. And then with her going on other shows, it was about another 100,000. And Nina said, aren't you worried for your life? To me, why go there? Right. And I'm just saying that I'm just seeing a lot of different perspectives that I wouldn't expect. And Mickey knows how to protect herself. She is a strong woman. And I think she knows what she's getting herself into. At least I hope so. If not, I definitely would send prayers around her and her family. And that's what we do. We put them in a beautiful, loving light, and we put a lot of white light and pink light of love, and then we put the mirrors on the outside to protect these people. But again, I would not have never known what Mickey is teaching, that my rights would have been for the next time around if this happens. That's my perspective. I hope that makes sense to you guys. And if you have any other thoughts, we've got like 2 more minutes here that I want to put out there. Oh, okay. So you came in a little bit late. So Mickey is coming on 2:00 Central Time on March 8th. And she'll be on here to give us the update. Like I said, I've had Mickey on here for many years. And she actually, I've actually seen some of my older videos out on other shows where she was educating everybody. She is very selective of the people and the shows that she goes on. And I'm honored that I'm just a small channel. And she knows that I'm not a big channel anymore like I used to be, but she still honors me. So I will honor, respect, and listen to what she has to say. And then you guys do the same. And then you can decide whether or not it's aligned with you and your thoughts and your belief system. So there we go. Is Healing Breeze is saying to everyone, empowerment to all. You better believe it. Yeah. Thank you so much, Colleen, and I wish you the best. I know where you're located at is where my family members are located, not too far from you, right? Probably, a couple of towns away from you. But I have no idea where they take a stance, because once you're in a blue state, you stay blue until otherwise. And I just hope that everybody is waking up. And I know that everyone is waking up on their own time because they selected to be here at this particular time. Bless each and every one of you. And let me know if you guys find anything. Next time I jump on here, you keep that information and put it in the chat and share it with everyone. Again, I'll see you guys on Friday. And then I might do a show with Buck on Saturday. Still has to be confirmed. But we'll have Buck coming back, and those are always good times. And otherwise, blessings to each and every one of you. And now we turn the page.